Ralph Lauren is an American fashion designer and businessman, renowned for creating one of the world's most iconic and enduring lifestyle brands. Born Ralph Lifshitz on October 14, 1939, in the Bronx, New York City, he's best known as the founder of the Ralph Lauren Corporation. With his iconic polo logo featuring a polo player, it's become an international symbol of classic American luxury. Aside from fashion, Ralph Lauren is also known for his passion for collecting classic cars. His collection is considered among the most prestigious, featuring rare and highly sought-after vehicles. Ralph Lauren began collecting cars out of a deep appreciation for design, beauty, and craftsmanship. Cars to Ralph Lauren aren't merely possessions, they're artworks that capture timeless elegance and engineering perfection. In this list, we're looking at the top 10 rarest and most expensive cars that he owns. As always, if you like this video, please subscribe and give us a like to see more content from the super rich. First up, it's the 1930s Mercedes-Benz SSK Count Trossi. It was designed by Ferdinand Porsche and ran on a supercharged straight-six engine that could pump out nearly 300 horsepower, which was unheard of in the 1920s. It had a top speed of 120 miles per hour, making it the fastest car of its day. The SSK was one of the nominees for the Car of the Century Award in 1999, and only 40 of these cars were ever built. Only 4 originals remain though, of which Lauren owns one. They're one of the most sought-after cars in the world, and a 1929 model was sold in 2004 for $7.4 million, making it the second most expensive car ever sold at that time. Lauren's Count Trossi won Best Show at both the 1993 Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance and the 2007 Concorso d'Eleganza Villa d'Este. Today, the car is easily worth $30 million. Next up, and it's probably the most expensive model in his collection, the 1937 Bugatti Type 57 SC Atlantic Coupe. Before Bugatti were creating some of the world's fastest cars like the Veyron and the Chiron, they were building the world's most expensive and opulent luxury cars. 710 Bugatti Type 57s were ever built, designed by Jean Bugatti, the son of founder Ettore Bugatti. However, only 4 Bugatti Type 57 SC's Atlantics were ever produced between 1936 and 1938. Of the 4 cars, 1 has been destroyed, while the other 3 are in private collections. Lauren's was originally sold to Bugatti enthusiasts in Great Britain in 1938, and then it came into the possession of Ralph Lauren. He had a full restoration done with Paul Russell and Russell & Co., who were able to cut through past restoration work to revive the car back to its 1937 glory. Under its sculpted bonnet lies a supercharged 3.3-litre inline-8 engine, delivering exceptional performance for its time. This ultra-rare car was rewarded with Best at Show at Pebble Beach in 1990 and among other top awards, and today it's easily worth $150 million, which could make it the most expensive car ever to be sold. Third up in this list, and it's the 1929 Bentley 4.5-litre Blower. The Blower was built in limited numbers between 1929 and 1931. The Blower Bentley represents a thrilling chapter of pre-war automotive daring. Designed by the legendary Sir Henry Tim Birkin, a famed racing driver known for his relentless pursuit of speed, the Blower was unlike anything the world had ever seen before. Under the hood, the supercharged inline-4 engine could generate about 175 horsepower, a staggering figure for its era. This translated to speeds exceeding 120 miles per hour, unheard of at the time, when most vehicles struggled to surpass half of that speed. The sheer force delivered through its 4-speed manual transmission made the Blower Bentley an exciting, albeit demanding vehicle to handle. The Blower required skill, courage, and nerves of steel, particularly matching the spirit of the daring racers who piloted it. Its performance was exceptional. In the 1930s Le Mans race, Birkin himself famously pushed a Blower Bentley so hard that it pressured the rival Mercedes team into a catastrophic mechanical failure, clearing the path for a Bentley victory. Although a Blower never directly won at Le Mans, its influence on the races was undeniable. Racing historians and enthusiasts celebrate its fearsome competitiveness and raw mechanical charisma to this very day. A total of 55 Bentley 4.5-litre Blower cars were produced. Specifically, Bentley manufactured 50 road-going production models to meet racing homologation requirements, and an additional 5 cars were purpose-built as racing vehicles by Sir Henry's Tim Birkin's racing team. These 5 racing versions, they became famously associated with Birkin himself and are among the most coveted collector cars today. Ralph Lauren acquired his 1929 Bentley 4.5-litre blower in 1988. This particular vehicle, it's one of only 2 short chassis models ever built, and it was originally driven by Sir Henry Tim Birkin in the 1930 24 Hours of Le Mans, where it bore the number 9 and featured the Paget crest between the radiator cap and the Bentley badge. Following its racing career, the car changed ownership several times before Ralph Lauren purchased it. In 1990, the Bentley underwent a meticulous restoration by Traction Seabird in England, aiming to preserve its authentic as-raced condition. While not the most expensive car in the list, it's easily worth $8 million today. The 4th car in Ralph Lauren's collection is another Italian beauty from the same time, but rather than being built for the Le Mans, this car was built for endurance, and specifically the Mille Miglia. The Mille Miglia, meaning 1,000 miles in Italian, was a legendary endurance road race held in Italy from 1927 to 1957. It was renowned for its challenging route, running approximately 1,000 miles, 1,600 kilometers, from Brescia to Rome and back. Unlike typical circuit races, the Mille Miglia was held on public roads, passing through towns and cities, attracting massive crowds. The car in question is the Alfa Romeo 8C 2900, of which only 40 were built, and only 5 were specifically built as Mille Miglia race cars, and they're extremely rare and highly prized among collectors. At its heart lies an 8-cylinder, 2.9-litre engine with twin superchargers. It delivered nearly 220 horsepower. Ralph's Alfa Romeo, chassis number 412030, participated in the Mille Miglia by racing legends Clement Biondetti and Carla Pintacuda, and despite dominating much of the race, it ultimately encountered mechanical challenges. Still, the car is easily worth $40 million today. The 5th, 6th, and 7th cars are all from Ferrari, and they all come from the 1950s and 60s, where Ferrari was dominant across the sport. We start with the 1958 Ferrari 250 Testarossa Spider. The Ferrari 250 Testarossa is a race car that was built in the 1950s and 60s. It was introduced at the end of the 1957 season in preparation for regulations that would restrict sports cars to 3-litre engines for the Le Mans and World Sports Car Championship from 1958 onwards. At first glance, the Spider captivates with its breathtaking curves, characterized by its sculptural platoon fenders, a bold design that was both functional and extraordinarily beautiful. Penned by the legendary Sergio Scaglietti, the car's flowing lines and open cockpit perfectly blend aerodynamic efficiency with raw elegance, making it instantly recognizable and visually unforgettable. Beneath its artistic exterior lies Ferrari's legendary Colombo-designed 3.0-litre V12 engine, delivering nearly 300 horsepower, a remarkable achievement for its era. Paired with its lightweight chassis and precise handling dynamics, the Testarossa wasn't merely fast, it was exceptionally balanced, poised, and responsive. On the racetrack, the Ferrari 250 Testarossa Spider demonstrated its prowess by securing victories at some of the world's most prestigious endurance races. It triumphed 3 times at the 24 Hours of Le Mans, further cementing Ferrari's dominance in motorsports during the late 1950s and early 1960s. Only 34 of these cars were ever built, and after the 250 GTO, it's considered the 2nd most valuable Ferrari in the world, with valuations of upwards of $40 million. In February 2024, RM Sotheby's held a sealed auction for a 1958 Ferrari 250 Testarossa chassis 0738TR with a guide price between $34 million and $38 million. However, the final sale price was not publicly disclosed. Next up, it's the 1960 Ferrari 250 GT SWB Berlinetta Scaglietti, designed by legendary coach builder Carrozzeria Scaglietti. Underneath its artfully sculpted body lies Ferrari's celebrated 3.0-litre Colombo V12 engine, capable of delivering approximately 280 horsepower. Paired with a 4-speed manual gearbox, the powertrain offers an exhilarating driving experience characterized by smooth power delivery, responsive handling, and an evocative exhaust note that resonates deeply with anyone fortunate enough to pilot this automotive icon. Ralph Lauren's 1960 Ferrari 250 GT SWB Berlinetta, chassis number 2035 GT, boasts a rich and intricate history. Originally, this vehicle was assigned the chassis number 2012 GT and participated in the 1960 24 Hours of Le Mans, finishing 6th overall with drivers Pierre Nobert and Leon Dernier. Following an accident during a subsequent race in Auvergne, the damaged car was returned to Ferrari for repairs. During this period, a series of chassis renumbering occurred, The original 2021 GT was renumbered to 2035 GT, and 1931 GT was renumbered to 2021 GT. The repaired vehicle, now identified as 2035 GT, eventually became part of Ralph Lauren's esteemed car collection. It is one of the most highly sought-after cars in the world, and in 2004 Sports Car International placed the 250 GT SWB 7th on their list of top sports cars of the 1960s. Motor Trend Classic placed it 5th on a list of 10 greatest Ferraris of all time. Last but not least is the cream of the crop, the 1964 Ferrari 250 GTO. The 250 GTO was unveiled in 1962, and it was designed to dominate GT racing while remaining usable on the road, a dual-purpose machine. From first glance, the 250 GTO is mesmerizing. Its design, developed by Giotto Bizzarini and finalized under Sergio Scaglietti, is a masterclass in aerodynamic elegance. Every curve, every vent, and every proportion was purpose-driven, optimized for high-speed stability and cooling. Under the hood lies Ferrari's beloved 3.0-litre Colombo V12 engine, producing around 300 horsepower. Paired with a 5-speed manual gearbox, the 250 GTO could reach speeds of over 170 miles per hour, blisteringly fast for the early 1960s. The GTO's racing pedigree is nothing short of legendary. It dominated the FIA's International Championship for GT manufacturers, securing titles in 1962, 1963, and 1964. It was piloted by some of the era's greatest drivers, including Phil Hill and John Surtees, and won major events like the Targa Florio and the Tour de France Automobile. Its race record alone would make it historic, but its exclusivity and design elevate it into rarefied air. Ralph Lauren's 1962 Ferrari 250 GTO, chassis number 3987 GT, boasts a distinguished history marked by notable racing achievements and esteemed ownership. Originally painted in classic red, this GTO was delivered to the North American Racing Team, NART, founded by Luigi Chinetti. In October 1962, it clinched an overall victory at the 1,000 kilometers of Paris, driven by the Rodriguez brothers, Pedro and Ricardo. In 1965, fashion designer Ralph Lauren acquired the GTO for approximately $300,000. He commissioned a comprehensive restoration to return the car to its original specifications, including repainting it in the classic Ferrari red and sourcing an original type engine to replace the 250 LM unit. In 2013, a collector bought one for a record-setting $52 million, and then again in 2018, a 1964 250 GTO sold for $70 million, more than any other car ever in existence. The 8th car on this list, and it's probably the second most expensive car on this list overall after the $70 million GTO just mentioned, it's the McLaren F1. The car was designed by legendary designer Gordon Murray with a goal to be the ultimate road car. The most defining element of the McLaren F1's interior is its 3-seat layout, with the driver placed in the center and 2 passenger seats flanking either side and slightly behind. The central position offers perfect weight distribution and unmatched visibility, making the driver feel like the absolute focus of the car. The F1 was the first production car to use a carbon fiber monocoque chassis, setting a new benchmark for strength and lightness. This groundbreaking structure kept the car's weight to just 1,138 kilos, which is 2,506 pounds, contributing to its legendary agility and speed. The engine bay houses a BMW-sourced V12, producing 618 horsepower. Murray chose a naturally aspirated setup for throttle response and sound purity. It's paired with a 6-speed manual gearbox and no traction control, letting the driver feel every nuance. The engine catapulted the F1 from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 3.2 seconds and enabled a top speed of 240.1 miles per hour, a world record for a production car at the time. Production was extremely limited. Just 106 cars were built between 1992 and 1998, including 64 standard road cars, 5 LM Le Mans versions, and 3 GT long-tail road versions, 28 GTR race cars, 5 prototypes and test mules, and 1 special XP LM prototype. Ralph Lauren owns a 1996 McLaren F1 LM, one of only 5 customer cars produced to commemorate McLaren's victory at the 1995 24 Hours of Le Mans. This particular vehicle, identified as chassis LM3, was originally finished in historic orange, paying homage to Bruce McLaren's original racing. We're down to our final two cars, and first up, it's the 1956 Jaguar XK-SS. Originally, the XK-SS was created from the leftover chassis of the Le Mans winning Jaguar D-Type. When Jaguar withdrew from racing in 1956, they converted 25 of the remaining D-Type chassis into street-legal sports cars, and thus, the XK-SS was born. However, only 16 were completed before a tragic fire at Jaguar Browns Lane factory destroyed the rest, making originals like Ralph Lauren's exceptionally rare and historically significant. Lauren's XK-SS is finished in a deep lustrous black that enhances its curvaceous lines and aggressive stance. The low-slung body, integrated rear fin, and side-mounted exhaust speak to its motorsport origins, while the minimalist interior invokes a purish driving experience. Every detail, from the leather bucket seats to the toggle switches on the dash, has been meticulously restored to reflect its original 1950s character. Under the hood is a 3.4-litre inline-six engine, producing around 250 horsepower, plenty for the featherweight chassis. It propels the car with a sense of urgency and agility that feels raw, mechanical, and thrilling even by modern standards. In auctions and private sales, the original XK-SS consistently ranks among the top 10 most valuable British cars ever made, with a price tag of upwards of $20 million. Last up, and surprisingly, probably the cheapest car within his collection, is a 1988 Porsche 959. Porsche produced a total of 337 units of the Porsche 959 between 1986 and 1988, of which 292 street-legal 959 comfort models, 29 track-focused 959 sports versions, and 16 prototype cars. Originally intended for Group B rally racing, the 959 became a technological showcase, featuring innovations like twin turbocharging, all-wheel drive active suspension, and Kevlar-reinforced bodywork. Its limited production, cutting-edge design, and performance helped it become one of the most iconic supercars of the 1980s. The Porsche 959 is powered by a 2.85-litre twin-turbocharged flat-six engine derived from Porsche's motorsport program, specifically the 956 and 962 Group C race cars. Power output was 450 horsepower for the comfort version and 515 horsepower in the sports version, which propelled it to a top speed of 198 miles per hour, which is 317 kilometers per hour, and a 0 to 60 miles per hour of 3.6 seconds, which was blisteringly fast for the mid-1980s. While specific details about his 959, such as its chassis number or unique features, are not publicly disclosed, its inclusion in his collection underscores its significance as an iconic vehicle in automotive history, and, with price tags hovering around the $2 to $3 million range, a seriously collectible car. What was your favorite? If you had millions, what would you buy? As always, if you've liked this video and want to see more videos about the super rich, please like and subscribe to the channel.